Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself upstairs on the show this evening. It's the one and only Albert and AK. How we doing, gentlemen?
I'm great. How are you two guys?
Good, brah.
Good. Alec?
Good evening, Albert. Good evening, Oxshire, the techie team, and everybody that's listening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How's AK?
I'm all right, pal. Surviving. Another week to go.
How's the pre-season? Must start in February for the Bulls, eh? Get the deep heat on and that and start walking, eh?
We're in the midst of an indoor season now, so we're right in the thick of it now. I'll be glad when the summer comes.
Squeaky bum time, is it?
Aye. Well, we'll see. We're doing all right now.
Good man. How's Albert?
Ticket to boot again, mate. Absolutely fine, apart from last night's result. But apart from that, I'm great.
It was a strange game, wasn't it, Albert? I mean, you know, we weren't poor, but we were also rubbish at times, yeah?
Aye, you could say, you go through the players and look, Diamond, Raskin, they were good and bad at the same time. It's weird. It was weird. It was just, when they went 1-0 up with a wee bit of hope, you're like, oh, that's good, because they're not losing many goals. But then we proceed to shoot ourselves, I mean, the usual. Well, not the usual, actually. It just happened, and it's one of the things. You look at it and say, I wasn't bothering anyway, but you're always bothering. You're always bothering. You're kidding yourself on. You're saying I'm no bothering. It's you're still waiting in a bad mood when the full-time whistle went. In fact, I went in a bad mood long before the full-time whistle went.
I actually thought we'd done okay the centre half, but I felt really frustrated, AK. Because with decision making in that last 25 years, I thought it was shocking. I thought it was, how do I put it? We looked really inexperienced. I get it, Mikey Moore is a young lad and Gassimer's young, but you know, Chamitti's young. They're all reasonably young, but just the decision making for top players at times was poor, mate. And we've seen that all season at times, mate.
Aye, I know what you're saying. Top players, that's questionable. It's top players for us, maybe, but at that level and the higher level, you go.
You're top players when you're playing in the Europa League, mate. Yeah.
Aye, I know. I know, but their levels in the Champions League is obviously that's the real top level. But no, I know what you're saying, man. It's still an achievement to play Europa League football. But inexperienced, aye, because it showed through the whole campaign. But to me, it just looked like you'd Porto, a team that had something to play for, and you'd a team like Rangers that had very little to play for apart from pride and, you know, don't let down the fans. And that's the way the game materialised for me.
Well, I don't quite see it like that. I thought Rangers in the second half came out and try to go and tap Albert, but we'd already done the damage to ourselves, hadn't we?
The second half was a sort of a mute point when it was. I think they could have went up 2 or 3 years if they so chose to. They had to go up.
You might be right.
I think, but we did well. The thing I liked about it, the only thing I liked about it is we didn't chuck the tail and we didn't chuck it. We kept away. We kept banging away and trying. It was frustrating because we had some opportunities to really hurt them, not attack them, and we just were sloppy, gave the ball away cheaply, picked the wrong decision, made the wrong decision, and it's what we've been seeing all season and all that stuff. When I sat back there on the night after it was done and sat and thought about it, I broke it into 3 parts, the pitch into the 3 thirds. No, I mean the third for our goal, for our byline, out that first third. We're all right, mate. We're good. There's three of our defenders were good. Two the one defender and the goalkeeper are pretty poor. And then if you look at the next third,
the experienced players, mate, the two experienced players.
We're not going to. We're not use picking on them, mate, because we're trying to. You're trying to build a team with team spirit, so they're no use picking them out and dragging them out. It was just one of the nights for them. But then you go to the next third, and we're all right again. We do well. There's just no got a range of passing in that midfield. That's my big problem in that midfield. They've just no got it, the range of passing, and because you could name one good pass last night that split that defence opener. You went, oh, what a ball!
I can disagree with you, mate. I can disagree with you. There was a brilliant pass to split the defence open, but he never get away right. Diamondi, when he was trying to slide and gas him and put it out for a goal kick, mate.
So wasn't it a great pass, was it? The park, you never made it. But that's it. But then you get to the last third, mate. This is where I think the real problems are at the moment. The last third were pathetic, mate. If you're taking percentages, every player in that part on our team, that last third getting into the opposition's penalty box, and that 10% off every player. That's what they're doing, mate. It's 10%. It's bad, mate. It's tragic to watch at times because we should be doing a lot better. Some of the players are just, I don't know, where they're getting up to bad decisions, holding on to the ball, caught in possession, getting themselves in a fanco for no good reason, seeing a pass and no pass it. No, I'm not doing that pass. I don't want to do that pass. And then turns out that's the right pass. Nah, but I'm not making that pass. Shooting when they should be shooting. What that? I mean, but this is not just that game. This has been going on for long enough now. This is our problem. We need to get it solved. One way or another, we need to solve this. We need to get to their heads. Because I can't say they're bad players. I mean, Wee Moore's not a bad player. Big Chermity done all right. There's one boy pulled out there last night in the second half. It was absolutely superb, mate. Absolutely. If any top centre forward and any top team pulled that ball out there like that, you'd be ranting and raving about it. It was superb, mate. But again, it comes to nothing. Absolutely comes to nothing.
And the other thing I know is, see when he done that, he puts the ball to the left and he pretty much stuns. Well, if Big Haley done that with the greatest of respect, he's busting a gut to get in the box to try and influence him when the ball comes in. Yeah?
Aye, absolutely. Well, if you watch their centre forward, pretty similar. Big, powerful centre forward. If you'd have watched his movement, he's in running about that penalty spot all the time. And they were flicking wee chips into him all night. None of them really connected with him. But he was always there. He's a Tab. But if you look at Tab and you look at any other players going up the wings, they've nobody to cross it to. They're looking up in the loo, and there's no point of pumping it in there because there's nobody in there. So that's a problem, mate. That is a big problem we need to solve. But that can be learned. It's a skill, but it can't be learned. That can be learned. He can learn off of Gately and other players that what you're doing. You should be watching other top centre forwards, what they're doing anyway. You shouldn't have to take them by the horn. You should be.
Harry Kane comes deep now, doesn't he, in his game? But once he's made that pass, or he plays that pass, or he wins it, or he rumbles them up, if you like,
still wants to score a goal.
Aye.
Well, Kane's just a goal scorer. He wants to score. We had Defoe, we had him, goal scorer. Roof, goal scorer. They're all goal scorers. They're always hanging about the right place. But we keep getting people that don't. They want to do everything but go in the area they're supposed to be in.
Aye. And then going back to your point about, I mean, I'm not Aaron's biggest fan, but he's playing the wrong side of the park. He checks on his foot, puts a cross in, plenty of time, mate. And he puts it in an area we've not got a player within 20 yards. And you're saying, what did you see? What did you see?
Him in the second half, I mean, that was frustrating, man. He just kept getting the ball in good positions, He just kept getting and doing nothing with it. You're saying, Rage, swap with Gassmer. Gassmer tells him to get into the position, you get back where Gassmer is. But he just kept getting the ball. I couldn't believe how many times he got into a good position and done nothing with it. It was it's one of the games, wasn't it?
Okay.
I was just enjoying your wee confab there. couldn't disagree in any of it. It was just one of the games, as I say. I thought Porto were comfortable. They'd done enough. It was on reflection. You look at it, our goal and their 3 goals. They were all poor goals defensively. I mean, great ball in for Curtis. Good play with Tavernier to shut him down, feed him early. a brilliant deep ball. Kasama gets up there unchallenged, and I don't know what their defenders then. But that's a great start, as you say. But after that, that was then self-inflicted stuff, and we've seen it before. We thought we'd kind of breached it, get rid of it, but I'm not going to slaughter the team because Europe was done a few weeks ago. It's now part that now, and let's go on with Sunday. I think the focus, and I think the manager's focus, particularly at half time, with his subs and stuff like that, it was educated subs that he put on just to keep things a wee bit fresh and give people some minutes. But then you've got our man Scov Olsen to come in, and you've got big Chukwuemeka to come in there, and hopefully our left back, Romans isn't far away, and we might even have a couple of more additions to kick us on for the second half of the season.
Yeah, we've also got maybe get Cornelius coming back in contention along with Sterling. Suter, who I thought had not a bad centre half, we've been critical of Suter. And he had that ping to the left hand side to my mate and Albert's mate Aaron's, and he was picking him out of will, wasn't he?
Why? It's that was frustrating. That really was frustrating. But watching that last night, him getting up, it's like your worst player in the park. You don't want to get the ball, and they just seem to get the ball. No less that Porto designed their set up so that he was getting on the ball more often. But I'll tell you one thing. I might think I'm daft, but I don't think Porto deserves to be 3-1 up, mate. I really don't.
I shot myself in the foot, mate. You know, the second goal was ridiculous, and the third goal, Big Fernandez. I'll be kind and I'll say he'll need to learn for that because his feet are rang and he's done it. And because your feet are rang, mate, he's then trying to use his height and his power, and he just gets it rang. Yeah,
I disagree with that. If you watch it, you've got to give credit to that Porto boy. He came off. He wasn't quite on the post, but he was in, and he came off and got in front of Big Fernandez. Big Fernandez in the right place, but nobody checked that boy. And the one closest to him was Raskin, but Raskin was guarding the front post. But the boy was smart, clever. He got in front of it. He let Fernandez stand there where he should be, and then just got right in front of him, and it was difficult. It was unlucky. It was unlucky.
You've just answered it. It was standing there, mate.
That's where he should be standing.
No, but that's how you've got to take a pace so you can jump.
He's supposed to be there. He's in the right place. You can't say he's in the right place. He's in the right place. But anyway, it was unlucky. He got his heat to it anyway that flew in the net.
He did. If it was up there, we'd have been delighted, AK.
Aye, well, facing the goal, he should be goal side for me, Albert. I think Fernandez should be. He shouldn't be in front of him. No, he's not. He did it in.
Watch it again. The guy's in front of him. He is goal side. Watch it again. It is. He leans out the top of the guy and he does it. It comes off his head.
Fox, I thought goal side meant you had to be goal side of the ball. How can you be goal side of the ball if you score on one goal?
Well, when the cross was coming in, he had the guy in front of him. Yeah. Yeah, so he's between.
But the guy comes off the post. The guy comes after. Raskin's playing him on, and he comes for that side. He comes to your goal line out the Porto boy, and runs right across Fernandez. That's what happens. Fernandez beats him. He actually gets over the top of him, and it comes off his. He's just unlucky, but he got to the ball. I mean, you can't say did he get? He got to the ball.
Oh, he got to the ball, lovely.
Aye.
Ox.
Yes.
See, an interesting stat. I don't know if you looked at the stats for last night. And the guy, I heard his call, made a great point about so many passes and that. We dominated possession there last night. We had 59% possession. Do you think that was in the game plan for Porto just to let us have the ball, and because they knew we couldn't really hurt them?
I think most of that came in the second half, mate. We done all right, but as Albert said, there's potential that they were playing with a handbrake on. It would have been interesting, Albert, if we'd have got the second goal, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. That definitely is the cat amongst the pigeons.
Aye, that would have
maybe it would have made it bad for us because they might have went up for a few years. I didn't think. I mean, get me wrong. I thought they were a good team. I'm not saying they're a bad team. They're a good team. I didn't think they were brilliant and they cut the slices open all night. I didn't think that. I was more fear of our players than I was of their players. I've got some nice players, but I'll give them that. But
Or a young boy.
They're all right. They're all right team, mate. I'm not saying they're bad.
Young boy in the midfield's a good player, eh?
Oh, aye. Smashing player.
We have to, before we open the phone lines, AK, we have to talk about the elephant in the room last night. You know, the second goal, mate. And our captain didn't have the best game, you know, and we've always been tremendous for us, but to continually play at that level, and he's played a lot of games. I think it was 109th, I think I heard him saying yesterday. You know, remarkable statistics he's got. And the second goal, mate, it's his fault, and then it's Butland's fault. Yeah, a comedy of errors. And for me, Tav's got to deal with early. And what he thinks it's good play when he's letting the ball go between him and the goalkeeper and getting the goal involved. Just clear your lines. He did it for a corner. He was in complete control at the start. And then you've got the thought that he's not in his natural position, so he's played the ball onside as well because he's went deeper and deeper and deeper if you watch that back. But it was bad play and it was pretty poor all around. And that was a big moment because I think if they don't get that goal, we might go on one each at half time, and it'd have been interesting to see how we fared. AK, then the Uber.
Yep, no, again, spot on analysis for yourself there, Ox. Poor defending. As you say, Tav's got to deal with that earlier. There was I think a point just a few minutes before that, Big Fernandez is actually dug him out with a last minute tackle, get done for pace. You can see that his legs are going basically, and they knew that he was a target in that position. But you've got to deal with that earlier. But for me, there was a bit of both. Tavernier bottled out it and Butland bottled out it, and it ended up spilling for a tap in. It was kamikaze defending. Poor stuff, but aye, we've seen that before, unfortunately. We thought we'd get rid of it, but aye, it was a poor goal to lose all in all.
Albert?
It's Tav at the back post type thing again. He can't defend. I mean, he keeps saying it for years. It's not just the new. He's saying it for years, but he can't defend. It was just unfortunate. He's selling off ankle. See when the ball gets to him. See if he just clears it for that point. Anywhere, out for a shy, out for a corner, anything. Just deal with it. Instead of, I don't know what he was trying to do. Bring it under control or running towards your own goal at full pelt, try to bring it under control. That's a recipe for disaster at any level. But at the end of the day, Butland could have bailed him out. He might have to wait him out to bail him out, but he should have. Butland bottled it. For his part in that, he bottled it, mate. Totally bottled it. He didn't want to get hurt. He went in with a guy that didn't look if he didn't want to get hurt, and he bottled it. So wiped Tav out, put the ball and wiped Tav out, and anybody else on about him as well. But he didn't. And we lost that goal, and it's pretty embarrassing at that level. You're losing goals like that.
No, it was a comedy of errors, mate. A comedy of errors, no. No, it was like Keystone, Hopster. As I said, all happened quite quickly, but you're like, when Tav doesn't just play it out. Tav, and then you go, oh, what are you doing, Butland? Yeah, because he comes out, he gets hands on it. Yeah. You know, he gets his hands on it, he's just got to roll and tap it, and the ball stays in at his chest. I don't know what he was doing, mate. It was just bad. Right, okay. Right, we'll get the phone lines open, gentlemen.
Yep.
Let's hear from you.
Yep. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. Listen, I get your point about the front three. I see the Curtis away in loan. Has to play. I think he done okay at times, you know, but and worked hard. I thought Gassama, you mentioned him. I thought Gassama gets the goal, and then after that, I thought his decision making was awful. You know, Chermiti, some good stuff, rumbled him up, brought others into play, but didn't influence the game at all in the box. I don't like his positions, mate, when we get any set pieces of that, mate. I just don't like it with that power, mate. I think he's got to try and influence the centre of the goal.
Hello.
Evening, Billy. How you doing?
Aye, no bad. How are you all?
Aye, all right, mate. What's on your mind?
It's just actually 2 points. One is Finlay Curtis.
Yep.
would you keep him? I would.
I think he's away, isn't he? AK?
I would prefer the wee fella.
I don't think it's. Sorry, Billy. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but I think he is going to go.
According to what I read earlier in some of the Kilmarnock local papers, they're reporting it, mate. Yeah, but
Right.
maybe nothing official, yeah.
The wee fella plays for the Jersey.
Agree.
Yep. The other one is Ryan Naderi.
The centre forward.
Aye.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know much about him, mate. I've got to be honest. Yeah.
No. It seems to be it's like an Everton deal all over again. You know? I don't know.
At what point, mate? At what point are you saying it's an Everton deal?
Well, he's not done too much. And it seems to be it's like the former manager that signed him, and new Thomas Rowe is in for him, you know? I don't know.
My understanding is it's Danny Rowe. It's the tie-up.
Danny Rowe, sorry.
So if Danny Rowe...
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up with Thomas Muller. Sorry.
If it was Danny Rowe that wants him, mate, I'm all for that. If he thinks he's going to improve our team. But listen, I don't know a lot about him. I've seen some of the stuff like everybody else. But if the manager wants him and he thinks he's going to come into our squad, improve our squad, hopefully our team, I'm all right that, because as managers, you live and die with your selections all better.
That's it, man. He's if he wants, so that's good enough for me. We'll see if the boy does sign. It's not a done deal yet for him. But if he does sign, well, I've no problem with that. As for Wee Curtis, I think Wee Curtis, what he's done, if Wee Curtis does go, he's already explained that to you, and he's explained what he says to him, and he's right. He rates the boy, but he can't guarantee him enough time to play in the first team, and he doesn't want him stagnating on the bench because it's no good to him. He wants him to go out to a club and play him and be playing week in, week out. That's what the boy's needing. He's needing a run of games, and not just 2, 3, 4, 5 games. He's needing like the rest of this season. These next 15 league games for Kilmarnock. If he's fit, he should be playing for them. If he goes in them, that's what Rowe's looking for. That's the development, and this is the same as all the other boys we've got as well. They cannot develop. We can get them so far, but we can't take the next distance. And the only way you're going to get that is to go out and play at a decent level, but play regular. Not just go out and say I'm a Rangers player sitting on the bench or get the odd 10 minutes, the odd half hour, the odd half a game. That's not good to him. He needs to go out and play. And that's what Rowe knows. And that's what he says to him. He says, I play you. I want to play you, but I can't afford to play you. I only can give you a set limited amount of time, but I want you more. I want you on a lot more than I can play you. So put him out. That's perfect, mate. But as I'm with you, Billy, he's a Rangers man through and through, and I hope he goes out, does well, and comes back a better player and goes right into our team.
Oh, Bill, I totally agree with you. It's happened too much in the past with younger players. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Different managers and whatnot, and they've no kind of seen them in the kind of light that the fans want to, you know? Or down to the youth coaching and upwards and whatnot. But I would like him to stay, personally, as you say, because he plays for the Jersey, he's Rangers through and through. And on the other hand, just one wee final thing, mate. This boy, the German boy for the third division through there, I can't see that happening. I think they're going to push it to 5 million to get this fella. You know what I mean?
Well,
and
watch this space, mate. Watch this space. Because I'm a great believer. You got all the speculation, mate. And I don't get too carried away and don't dive too deep into a player. AK, till we see them standing with the scarf above their head.
That's what I say. That's what I actually wait until they're in the blue room with the scarf above the head.
Aye. AK.
Billy, it's one of the things, you know. Do we trust the manager? Do we trust the owners? It's surely going to be better than the previous, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we've got a bad habit of writing players off before they're even in the building just because they're playing at a certain level. Did any of us know Morelos before he came for Iceland? Helsinki?
No.
None of us knew him, but he turned out a hell of a player. Did any of us know about Igaman before he came for Morocco? No, but he turned out a hell of a player. Just because he's playing German third division doesn't mean to say the boy's a good player. Obviously, Danny Roll's using his contacts in Germany, which he should be doing, you know, because he's been a coach for a very, very long time at a high esteemed level. So if we're getting a player there potentially paying €3 to €4 million, hopefully he turns out to be a star. That's a far better signing than what your matey was bringing. What you're intimating with Thelwell for Everton, because he'd nae kind of pedigree or credentials to come to your club, and all the alarm bells was ringing because of the price tag. So I think just hold fire, and I think the deal will go through. We're just kind of to and fro a wee bit to try and get. But I think we'll have another striker in the building. Particularly, I think Danilo is confirmed as being away to that Dutch club there, Ox, as well. So he needs a body.
Oh, I would imagine that something's been done, AK. Yeah, you don't be doing two strikers, you know what I mean? You know,
absolutely.
You know.
I've seen it on other Rangers forums, and seemingly Danilo is away on a loan. Yeah. I just get back to the likes of we had Danilo and we had Dessers, and I still feel to this day, we all lambasted Dessers and whatnot, and looking back, you can't fault a fella on the goals that he scored and whatnot for the money that he cost. And Danilo was the one. Yeah, and Danilo was the. Yep, and Danilo was the one that was always injured and whatnot. All right, you get a toe poke or whatever, he would come up with a wee goal, but he wasn't a patch on Dessers, you know. And my feeling is, with the squad that we actually have at the moment, and these new guys to come in, which are going to obviously have an impact, you know, we didn't. Dessers would have been good in that mix. What do you think?
I'll go round the panel in a yes or no answer, and I'll change it. I'll change it quickly, Billy. Right, and I'll make it. No try to lead the conversation. Was it the right time to cash in Dessers, AK?
100% yes.
Albert?
Aye, definitely.
And it's 3 yeses for me, Billy. Big Dessers.
Yeah.
Oh,
aye. I agree.
His age, his goals. If you look at his goal scoring record to stand alone, his stats are excellent. But the term that's been used a lot now is your eyes don't lie. And we watched him in a lot of big games when he was absolutely appalling. He done some wonderful things. I mean, you think of that goal at Old Trafford that night, and we all jumped out of our seat, you know, and you think of other things he done were magnificent in Europe with Fenerbahce and that, and you know, and then you watch them other times, you think you'd never seen him, but his age and where his contract was, mate, it was the right thing to do, in my opinion. Great points, Billy. Great points.
Thank you very much.
Speak to you soon, mate. Enjoy the rest of the season. I hope we're going to win.
Yes, I will do. When we lift the league in the cup, I will.
Yeah. Yes.
Cheers, Billy.
Cheers, Billy.
Well done, mate. Well done, pal.
Hey, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Night, lads.
Night, mate.
Good night.
That would suggest to me, Albert, with Danilo gone on loan, that there's another deal, the deal signed, or some deals, you know, the ink's the process.
They're going for a signing Sunday, definitely. Yeah, I don't think they'll leave us that short. If that's true that he's away.
Aye. I think that's the best we're going to get for Danilo, because I don't think anybody. If you could do it, I would want Miovski away as well, and another striker signed in place of him as well. Oh, mate, I know he looked even last night. You know, he's not looked great. Anyway, Ross has joined this evening. Ross.
All right, brothers. How's it going?
All right. How you doing, mate?
All right, Oberg. How's it going, pal?
That's great, Ross. How are you, pal?
Well, see, absolute horrendous. Thought we played terrible.
I've seen us play worse in Europe and win, bizarrely. AK.
Good evening, Ross. Listen, I said earlier, pal, I just thought it was a game that we could probably do without. To be honest with you, Porto needed a victory. We had no motivation apart from the people who followed us. We turned our focus to Sunday. That's what I felt about the game.
What about last night? After fighting in Porto last night, would you think that was out of order, or would you think it was Porto's fans' fault? Would you think?
Well, it's not the best thing, mate. You don't want to see any trouble when we go away, mate. And obviously, usually, people can get goaded, but we don't want that. We don't want anybody getting involved or getting hurt. You know, you want everybody coming back safe and sound for the match. Albert?
Aye, it's the usual. It's all the negative. The press will grab on it all the time. As far as the game, but Ross, I thought we held our own, apart from the mistakes we done. They were horrendous. And the rest of it, I thought we just played, done okay. Nothing brilliant, we just held our own. But the mistakes, we can't do the mistakes. They're well out of order at any level. They were bad. I mean, in fact, we set up 2 goals for them and scored 1 for them. So, as I said, I don't think they deserved to be 3-1 ahead at that time. I really don't. I think if they went in maybe 1 each, Rangers winning 1-0, that'd be a more realistic reflection of the first half. Second half, we done all right. We controlled the ball, but as I say, they were playing well within themselves. They weren't going at breakneck speed. I think if we were 1-0 up getting into the last 10 minutes of the game, you'd have seen something really different. Things I'd had a free for all in our onslaught, wave after attack. But I don't think the split is open that often. I think it 1 or 2 chances. Apart from that, I thought we'd done okay. I don't even think Butland had a safety make, did he? I don't remember him making a save.
No, he was asked to make 1, mate.
And he couldn't do it,
You know, but
What about Dave? What about Davis? He's still sitting with his Maltesers. David, he's a Malteser, mate.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, Ross. You have no chance.
Some fake you're on your Malteser after the
No
old
chance,
I'll
mate.
tell you.
No chance. You've more chance of world peace than Davy getting your Malteser, mate.
So what about Sunday? What we going up for? 3-1, 4-1? What we going for? Alberg.
I don't care as long as we win. AK.
Exactly, aye. Any sort of victory will do me, Ross. 2-0 will do me. I'll go early.
Albert.
I think I must be one.
On you go, Ross.
I think I must be one staunch loyal on here. It's on here every week. Hope that's all right, but I just like to get my points across to you, Alberg.
That's all right.
Well, you're more than welcome, mate. Come on, more than welcome.
I'll see these up, don't I? Come on, lads.
Aye, you do, mate. You do.
But it this way.
You did cheer me up, mate. I realise how lucky I'm up.
Put it this way, we shall not be moved.
Cheers, Ross. Brilliant, mate.
See you later. Cheers, brah. No surrender.
What a man. When he comes out his shell, he'll be a good caller, Albert.
Aye. Oh, definitely. He's a bit shy, isn't he?
Aye. Right, so we parting last night.
You may as well, mate. You may as well.
Aye.
It's done. It's gone.
Yes. By the way, I think you're spot on about Finlay Curtis, mate. I don't know if Kilmarnock would have been the place I've sent him, and only because of the surface, mate. Right? And I mean that with the greatest of respect to Kilmarnock, the surface. But you're right. If you get a deal, yeah, you can have him, but you're going to have to play him. Yeah, and he plays, say, 10 full games or 10, starts 10 games, and then it's up to him if he stays on the park, how long he stays on the park, performance, etc. But out at the end of the season, he's going to get bit parts now for us. That's what it looks like. And his aim is to get another pre-season under his belt and to be at another level, say, July, August. That's his aim, innit?
Definitely, mate. I'd like Kamala to take him and play him in a different position, mate. I'd like to
Number
put
9.
him through.
Number 9.
Definitely, mate.
Things happen.
I mean,
things happen with that boy, didn't they? They just seem to happen.
Oh, aye, he's got something. I mean, see that turn he done for the he set himself up to cross the bar. I mean, he laced the 2 defenders, and they weren't any mugs, the 2 defenders, and he absolutely laced them, mate, with that wee turn. Or it hit his hand, but he'd already laced them before it hit his hand. And then he just produced a brilliant cross. It was an absolute stationary cross, like on the wee man's head. And that powerful header, most powerful header I've ever seen in my life, rocketing into the net. But aye, he done well. And then there's one right on later on, the second half. You see now he chased all the way back to his 18-yard line. And he turned the pace to get there. And I'm saying to myself, I don't think many in the team would have actually done it. Maybe the 2 big defenders would have caught him. But the wee man done it, he works hard as well. Aye, starting to take a shine in that boy. And he's starting to fall out as well. And you're saying, you're doing all the right things, son. He's doing the work in the gym. He's listening to the manager. He's working like he's looking like a Trojan on the park. He's starting to listen. He's starting to do his job. So if he goes out and gets a game, and it's not just a game, I would and it's what do you call him? It's free McCann doing there. One of the stipulations I'd be saying to him, he plays. We'll give him, but he plays. You don't sit him on the bench. If you sit him on the bench, we're recalling him.
Aye, I get that point. A.K. Albert mentioned Majowski. When he didn't shoot inside the box, what was your thoughts?
Why you no shooting? It's he's a striker.
Very polite, Albert.
Well, that was the polite answer. But he's a striker. That's obviously a lack of confidence with Majowski when he's dead. That there was a situation at Ibrox a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I think it was the last game with Ludogorets. It was a similar position, and he tried to set somebody up. You're like, what are you doing? Have a shot at goal, but I don't know what it is with him. I don't know where he's lost his confidence or where he's just feeling under pressure. Or I don't know what it is, but he certainly know the Majowski that played at Aberdeen, where he was full of confidence and he was shooting on sight and happy to carry the kind of goal tally of the team. We want that striker back. We want a threat in the team. But going back to young Curtis, 100% with yourself, Albert. I think we've got to stipulate to Kilmarnock, and I think he's only going to Kilmarnock because who's in charge of them, Neil McCann and Billy Dodds. If they were at another club, I think he'd be going there. Not happy with the plastic pitch he's going to be playing on, but he's like Mikey Moore, probably the deal that, you know, that in the wee writing, he must play a certain amount of games. Well, that's what we must say. And by the way, that again, it's going back to Scottish football. How can you develop young players when you don't allow them game time? You used to have a reserve league to develop players, to then introduce them into first team. You don't have that facility now. So I think a lot of the Rangers supporters have a fear, out of sight, out of mind, and we're probably going to sell the boy. I don't see it that way. Alan McGregor was let out on loan because he wasn't getting game time in front of, who was it at the time, Gorham or Closser, whoever he was. He just wasn't getting game time. So he went away, he came back, developed, and he was a far better goalkeeper because of it.
I see that the reserve league you're talking about. I mean, everybody forgets. They're saying, we get rid of that because it wasn't producing anything. Oh, that was nonsense talk. They get rid of it because they couldn't. Most of the teams couldn't afford to run a reserve team. And why was that? Because the SFA are sitting up there and producing the sponsorship deals that these clubs can actually draw on. And that's the real reason. But the SFA will give you an excuse that doesn't include their incompetence. You know what I mean? And let's be honest about it, it's sheer incompetence for them. So you're not got any development, development route for the young boys. It's mental. It's just up here. We can get back into this again.
What players coming back for injury, Albert?
Exactly. It was used for a variety of things, but they were the two main ones: bringing boys through and helping players come back for injury. It's just a mess, mate. Scottish football's a mess.
Anyway, we've been joined by Jim. Evening, Jim.
Good evening. How are you all?
We're the better for hearing your dulcet tones, brother.
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I've had a few issues.
I'll pass you all to Albert. He's got loads of issues.
Oh, my.
We could add the two together, mate, a dishcloth.
If he's got issues, give him some tissues.
Oh, he's had that one.
Poetry now.
I could actually do with some tissues. I've got some water ingress in the back of my jag. But
right.
I'm on the way to fixing it.
All right.
Anyway, I think we're doing well.
Yes, last night I'm putting that down as a blip, Jim. A blip.
That definitely, Osher. That's definitely a blip. Yeah, that's as far as I'm concerned, it's a case of putting a squad out and Danny Rowe just looking at it and seeing who's in for it and who's not. That's all it is for me. Danny Rowe, as far as I'm concerned, is an expert who knows what he wants and he's getting it. And not many managers will get what they want from owners, but I think he will get it, you know?
It looks as if there's a togetherness between the board, Brock Kavanagh and Danny Rowe. I think the talking's been done before he signed his contract, and I think they had a plan. That's what it looks like. Nothing to back that up, AK. Just a hunch.
It's not a bad hunch, I would say, Ox. Anyway, good evening to you, Jim. I think they've had to rip up the blueprint that they had with Thelwell and our previous manager and Patrick Stewart, and I think you're right. I think Andrew Kavanagh.
I see what you done there, AK. That was pretty good.
Well, it was unintentional, but I'll take it. They've had a confab, haven't they? That what direction are we taking this team now? Listen, see, when on reflection, we've had a massive turnover of players in the last year. I think it was 14 that Thelwell brought in, and I think it was 11 out at the time. Well, then we've added 3 to that, and we could be adding another 2, 3, 4 out the door. So it's a massive turnaround of players, but he's managed to get a run of results out of them. And with the perfect team, no, far from it. But you know what? He's recognised the most important thing to get right the now, to allow him the time to get the next stage of recruitment and stuff. You need to get wins, and that allows you the confidence of the player that you know you're doing well, you know what you're doing as far as tactics concerned, and the support will back you because you're getting the wins. So at the moment, nothing's been won, but there's been an excellent turnaround, and let's hope it leads to success, Jim.
Absolutely. I totally agree with everything you've said. There is nobody could criticise Danny Rowe and what he has done. I mean, he has absolutely changed the whole thing by doing the simple things first, getting to know the players, getting to know their best positions, and he's done a fantastic job in getting Rangers to the position they're in now. And if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure any other manager could have done that. I don't know any manager who could have come in and actually changed our perception from being pretty well piss poor to actually being challenging to actually win this league. And I think we've got a great chance to win this league this year. I think there's no better way now than what we've got. I think, and he's brought players in very early, which he wants, and I'm happy for that, because I think getting the manager's players in that he wants is even better. You know, I think we're in a really good position.
But we're in a position we never thought we'd be in. Albert?
Oh, we're in a good position now. But to be realistic with Roll, I mean, he came in, I think his remit was, I want you to assess the squad right away. That's one of your jobs. Assess the squad and tell us what you're going to need. We will back you. But for him to get this team to where we are now is remarkable. But getting us better than we were, that wasn't too hard, because we were absolutely stinking. We were dreadful. And all he really did was say, look, sober them up and try and say, look, do the simple things correctly, and just keep it simple, and just do your jobs and play them in the right positions. And that's all he done right at the beginning. But now we've actually went on a wee run of victories, and it's always victories, Jim. It gets you happy and gets you moving as a team, as a club. And that's all. It's simple, isn't it? You never won it. We've never really tanked anybody apart from Anne, I suppose, but we've never given anybody a tanking or anything like that. He's just getting victories. And that's a huge plus in any team.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely agree. It's all about confidence. And once you get confidence in a winning streak, you get that momentum. And that's what he's talking about. He's talking about getting the momentum in the squad. Last night wasn't as far as a great momentum, but as far as he knows, he understands that the momentum is the players he's got to work with, and what he's done with those players to change that momentum, which we didn't have before he arrived. So he has done an absolutely brilliant job in what he's doing. And I'd love him to get all the players that he wants in. And if he gets that from the 69ers?
It might be the 49ers, Jim, but that might be a different movie you're watching.
No, I heard somebody saying that if it was the 69ers, they would have a season ticket.
We need to get a stadium. We need to get a stadium extended rapidly. AK.
We're nearby up and doing. Aye. Listen, you look on it again, Jim. I think it was 8th. We were sitting when Danny Rowe came in. We were 13 points behind Hearts and 9 points behind Celtic. You know, and I think we were also -1 in goal aggregate. Is that right, Ox? So we're now sitting 47 points, 2 points ahead of them, 4 points behind Hearts, and we're +20. So we've managed to shut the back door and get guys who we didn't think could score, scoring. You know, so we're on the right direction, but there's nothing won yet. And this is where we need to regain the focus and go for it. Every game now, it's must-win games. And the good thing about it is we're actually, Scottish football's competitive again. You know, and that's what a lot of the supporters like. There's only one set of supporters that are hating this season. See every other set of supporters, your Hearts supporters, your Motherwell supporters, us, we're loving this season. And we're loving it for a reason, because there's competition there now. Something that they've barely had the last decade, because they've been handed everything, gifted everything, you know. So let's keep it going.
I agree with
that. I agree. I agree with what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I'm probably a little bit older than you, and I was always in a position where we were always winning. You know, I had all the Smith years. I had all those great years where we ruled football, and the other team from where are they from? Is it the other side of Glasgow? They had a biscuit tin. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we've come through that now. And I just think that we're so fortunate to have Danny Rowe as the manager, because that guy, you know, he's 10 steps above Steven Gerrard. You know, this guy is so good. You know, I hear his talk, the way he speaks, the way he looks at players and the way he puts his arm around them. And when he's talking to the media, he's got a smile on his face. Even when things, difficult questions, the guy's got so much confidence that gives confidence to his players and must obviously give confidence to the fans and surrounding people. We've got a gem in this guy. Our biggest problem would be losing him.
There you go, Albert.
Well, it'd be something special to draw him out of Ibrox, I'll tell you that. You're talking something, one of the top clubs in Germany, maybe, or maybe a Premiership club. But I don't think he'll be leaving for to go back to the English Championship or anything like that. So it'll be a top club to take him out. He's got to prove himself. I think he's a guy that likes to go somewhere and prove himself and show you that he truly is. It's not a flash in the pan, and it's no I could do a good wee job and then I'll just move on. I think he's really want to settle with Rangers and prove how good a manager he is, a coach, whatever title he wants to call himself, is fine with me. But so I think for anybody, and also by the way, if he starts proving himself and winning things, it'll take some check to get him out of Ibrox. Rangers will not let him go easily, no chance. But he's doing okay now. Before we get ahead of ourselves, he's doing okay now.
It looks as if, Albert, if you're honest, it looks as if there's a symmetry between him and the board, and they're supporting him, mate. And they've got a plan, and he's come in, and nobody's going to get any of the players on the cheap or anybody to debut our club now, because we didn't realise it, but we've just sneaked to another level, AK.
Aye, interesting thoughts there, Ox. You might know something that the rest of us don't. But no, listen, we're running it as a proper business now. We're running it as a proper football club. Unity. We've got to be united. That's the only chance of success. And Danny Rowe has got that synergy right away. I addressed it with the Rangers support. And that was an embarrassing 3-0 defeat and performance away to Brann. So he recognised that he has to get the support on side with him to give the team any chance. But he's also managed to win the doubters who are in even the team because of his young age and what have you. But he's a very astute young coach. He might be young in years, but I think he's got a long pedigree as a coach at a very, very high level. So he recognises quality within a dressing room, and he knows the ingredients to get a winning team out in the park. And he's just trying to knit together what he's handed with the new, and now he's starting to get his own players in. And if he's going to the likes of the German third division, that's music to my ears, because we could be plucking a gem out of there that nobody knows, nobody's recognised. Hearts have done it already. You know, we're getting the boy Braga and we're getting the Kizarigis and that. Nobody had heard of them, but we see how good a player they are. We've done it ourselves with Wigan, man. As I say, I mentioned Morelos before. There is players out there that just need that opportunity. And at Rangers, we offer them the platform, and hopefully that ends with the, lifting trophies and getting that title back.
Well said.
Listen, Jim, I don't know how good a manager is going to be. I think sometimes literally it comes down to the bounce of the ball, a bit of luck, mate. But you get in big games. But as far as organising and the way you conduct,
if you look at the bounce of the ball and the luck of the draw, Majowski. How many chances has he had? How many chances has he had? He is not the same player that left Aberdeen.
No.
And he's not. He's not the same player that left Aberdeen.
No, I think the thing is he went away. he got his big move. He's earned a few quid, more money than he's ever imagined, and whether the hunger's there, that's all thing, mate. But go back to the manager, mate. What he looks like, and Albert can chip in. He looks like a professional who's organised. He gives everything the players under his spell every chance to succeed, and then it's up to him whether it's up to them and how they get through. He organises them, obviously sets them up. He can change in a game that it's not the one size fits all. Even last night, he changed things. The players are buying into him, but then that's no guarantees of success. But it looks as if he's a professional all better than it.
Oh, definitely. He knows what he's doing. There's no getting away from that. He definitely knows what he's doing. And I like the fact that he does change it up. He's not like that idiot Warburton, plan B is plan A better nonsense. Know what I mean? He sees what teams are doing, how they're playing against us, and he'll change it to suit to make us win the games. So that's basically what it is to win the games. But just to touch on your point about the synergy between the manager and the board, I think it's there. And I think the board and the owners need a lot of credit for it, because if you're not right after the park, it's never going to translate onto the park. It's always the same, mate. You've got to have a right after the park. They got it wrong right at the beginning, but they sorted that, and now they've got it right with the manager, and it's all starting to come the right way and go the right way. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the vision, mate. Carboneer's got a vision. He's definitely got a vision, mate. And I'm banging on this for long enough. That if you've not got that vision, you've not got somebody with a vision. And it's not only the vision; it's the plan and the idea to bring your vision into fruition. You know what I mean? It's no a case of I've got a vision or we've got a dream. Let's hope it works out. You've got to have the plan in place and something in your head, and put a team together off the park and on the park to make it all come together and make it success. And remember what he says. It's sustained success. It's not just success for one season. He's looking long term here. He's looking the next 5 years, the next 10 years, saying to yourself, no, we need to get sustained. And to get sustained success, you need to get success at the beginning to sustain it. So what he's saying, it's quite clear what he's saying to you. Well, get us quite success as quickly as you possibly can. We'll back you to get that success, and then we'll build for there.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll give him the biggest compliment. So far, I like the cut of his jib, mate. I liked the way Gerrard conducted himself. I thought Giovanni came across well as well, and Philip Clement. Michael Beale, there was something, yeah. And obviously Russell Martin came in, and it was never a good fit for day one. And you could just see it was never going to work out, yeah. And everybody was proved to be correct, Jimmy.
Oh, absolutely. The last thing, but then again, it could have been even worse. We could have been an Nancy boy.
Well, there wasn't much difference between the two of them, mate, but maybe Russell Martin would have stayed longer. They might have kept Nancy longer, but there you go, AK.
Well, that would have been a Christmas come true if he'd have stayed there. Because they were on a downward slope, but they eventually recognised it as well. That if they get their house in order, far from it. They're no unified on the park, off the park. They're still got problems in their club, but listen, we've had enough problems to deal with. See Europe, Ox, I'll put it to everybody that's on the call here. See in the last few years, I'm sure I said this actually a few years ago, could it been hampered our domestic chances of winning a title? Where, our focus it wasn't so much the title, but now we've got that opportunity to park Europe and go for it.
That, AK, but we actually look back at the ones we blew, Europe wasn't really a factor. Gerrard was the one when we went in front and we come back and we never played well. But with Tong, Europe wasn't a factor. Under Giovanni, when we got it rang around about Christmas time, obviously teams had adjusted the fixtures all better and cheated again, but that's never talked about. Philip Clement, mate, when we lost at Ross County and we drew it Dundee, mate, Europe wasn't a factor. And when I actually look back, mate, now whether it was a factor in the energy of the players, mate, but run about the games, mate, it wasn't a factor.
No, it wasn't a factor. I don't think it was a factor, Alec. But what it was is it might or might not have affected our domestic form. But what it did is save the club. Europe saved the club. Let's be honest. It kept us interested because without Europe, we had nothing over these seasons. It's good and bad.
Get yourself in mute because we're going to have a tune.
Sure, I was dreaming of old Ibrox, of her slopes and great grandstands, and I dreamed about the Rangers, the best team in the land. When my memory suggested of a vision bright and clear, of the strange things that would happen if we had the Rangers here. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Alistair Toyce came from East Belfast, and old Belfast became then old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, sure no green flags at that game they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roll, and all the boys would stay at home if we only had the Rangers over here. I dreamed about her Ulster men who wore the shirt of blue, Bertie Manderton, Sam English, Laurie Hamilton, McCandless too. I have dreamed of Whitey McDonald, who came from Lisburn town, and the greatest Billy Simpson, who never let them down. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Ali McCoyce came from East Belfast, and then old Belfast became old Glasgow. Met the Celtic up at Windsor, then no green flags at that game they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home if we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had Glasgow Rangers over here.
While you are sitting listening on your own, why not take part and give us a phone? We would love to hear your points of view, so get off your bum and call 0141 356 1972.
Going back to your point, Jim, about the manager, I think even last night in a 3-1 defeat, you can see that he's improved our organisation with the same group of players that were there at the start of the season in Europe. AK.
Oh, definitely. The evidence of that. It was individual errors which led to silly goals to lose. It wasn't the structure that was at fault. It was just the errors within that structure. But you're right. I mean, how many players did we question under our previous manager? But how many opportunities did Big Fernandez get? And there was a lot of questioning the acquisition in the first place. And then lo and behold, Danny Rowe gives him his chance. And the big guy's grown a lot. He's a threat in the opposition box. He's got a lot to learn. Was it Jim or Albert called him Beckenbauer? When he gets that out his game, he'll be a far better defender. But there's certainly something to work on there. He's raw, but he's young. He's a physical asset and experienced more game time at a higher level. Hopefully he'll soak it in and learn when and where not to play with the ball and make decisions and things like that. But there's certainly a vast improvement in our numbers, and the numbers reflect it in the league as well, Ox. The amount of goals we've conceded, we're only 17 goals we've conceded after 23 games, and there's definitely something to build on there, pal.
Aye, and listen, even the last few games, I think the Jigas played well. Well, no, I'll say well, but even last night he done some decent things, yeah.
He was good. He was good, really good, up until him and Butland started to play breakdancer on that byline in the second half for some mental reason. And he got a wee bit. The two of them he got jittery after that, but he settled back down again. So somebody needs to have a word with him with that. Saying, look, if you do make a mistake, you can't let it get to you. You just got to do it right out of your head and go on with the game. But no, he was playing well, mate. I'll be honest with you, mate. I like the two centre halves. I think they're good. They're good players. I love them in the air. They don't lose many balls in the air, and I love the fact that they don't take any nonsense off anybody, mate. They stand up. They're no shrinking violence. They'll stand up. They'll fight you a standstill, the two of them, and that does for me, mate. I like players that don't back down. Don't back down. You get Big other players.
Big Fernandez is a talker, mate.
Oh, he is, aye. He's full of confidence, and I'd see that. I think that boy's looking at himself going, I could play at a higher level again. I could go another level. I like that. That's what you want. So if he does reach that level that he thinks he can play at, which will probably be the Premiership or somewhere in Europe, good on him. I mean, it's big check time for us. We win a few trophies with him, and then it's a big check time. I like the boy. He's got something. He's definitely got something, mate.
As Bridge said, it's an attribute. You're 6'5". We said, all right, getting a big guy, AK, but you've got to be able to play and you've got to be quick. Not just being a big unit. And he does tick a few of the boxes because he's no slouch, yeah?
Aye, he's got a turn of pace on him as well. I like him. I like his attitude. I like the way he speaks in interviews and that. He's keen to soak up the information round about him and improve himself. He wasn't. There was an interview after the game last night. I don't know if he's caught it, but he wasn't keen to accept all the accolades himself. He was very much part of a team, and he said he couldn't do it without his teammates. And you've got to be like that. Individuals in football don't win a hell of a lot themselves. It's all about the team, and you've got to be a team player. And I think the big man is fitted in really well, particularly when he's getting the game time that he is.
And again, I'll go back to October, I don't think any of us thought that would happen if you were predicting what was going to happen.
Well, when none of us had seen him, there were plenty of questioning the acquisition of him for the outlay that we'd put. But listen, opportunities have came there with Souttar's injury, with Cornelius' injury. He says we've been kind of forced to turn to him. But if you remember right, I think we were in a similar situation with Big Calvin Bassey a couple of years ago, where we lacked that centre half, and the big man came in there and fitted it. And he's now playing at a very high level with Fulham in the EPL after going to Ajax. Who knows what's ahead is, but as Albert says, if it's good for him, it could be good catching for us in the future.
Aye, for that for that to happen, we have to be successful, Albert. So it's what you tend to say is a win-win, isn't it?
Aye. It's all linked. Put it that way, mate. It's all linked. It's quite. When you break it down, it's quite simple when you think about it. It's you win if the team's winning, your players get bigger value, easy, innit? And we win trophies. And win. It's and we've been lacking it for years and years. We've been watching mediocre for years, absolute years, and it's tragic because we're actually starting to talk some players up who are just that exactly what I just said, mediocre, trying to make them into something that they really weren't. But now you're looking at players now and you're going, well, these players, some of these players are a step up to what we're used to. And they're no world beaters by any stretch. We're not turning them into world beaters. But the team is actually developing. And as Alex right, if we can get it to develop as a team, well, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yes. Jim, are you still with us? Oh, he might have went. He's still showing. But, aye, I get it, mate. I get it that you have to... everybody, when you bring in players, shows instantly. I think everybody's learned that. They don't... if you take last week, you thought that Scott Wilson was fantastic. Not played a lot of football, get a bit more match fitness. He's not maybe trained for a week because he's trying to work out a move, maybe two. And so he's a bit rusty, so he gets the game under his belt and he'll get better. How good he's going to be, only time will tell, Albert. But no, everybody's an instant success, are they?
No. We don't. The trouble is, we've had a decade or 12 years utter crap, bar 1 year. Or 1 and a bit years, I suppose. We go to the cup final in Seville, but we've suffered a lot, man. That's why our patience are at an end. We don't get much patience for players to settle in and turn out to be decent players, but we should have. It's not right. They're human beings after all. No, I mean it's also they've got the same old problems that we've all got. You know what I mean?
Is patience important to you?
Patience.
Is it important to you?
It's important to me that other people show me patience. I agree with that.
But is patience in life important to you? If you're maybe looking for success, is that something you would judge life on, mate?
Oh, aye, definitely. Where are you getting with this?
I think AK knows where I'm going. What about yourself, AK? Instant winners, regular winners, or somebody who shows a bit of patience over a long number of years? What do you think?
I would take a winner every now and again. No one every 3 years.
So you think...
Right, enough you.
There he is.
You get my point now, Albert?
Aye, I got your point at the beginning. I seen him in. I says, I'm not joining in with us. I knew it was coming.
Evening, Southside.
Thanks, my mucker, Albert. Thank you very much. Just do not lower yourself to his standard.
Lack of standard, mate. That's what it is.
He's got a lack of standard, all right. I've just woke up, so don't annoy me. I'm a bit grumpy now.
By the way, it's just to let you know, it's 9:30 at night, no 9:30 in the morning. So
listen, I had a power nap. I had a wee power nap.
Power nap, 6 hours.
4. Could drift me on. I had to phone people when somebody said the police were coming to kick my door in. Couldn't get a hold of me.
Because of the smell.
Aye, I'll just give a shout out to all the troops on YouTube and thank them for joining the show tonight. No that I know anything about it, but I'll just say hello to them anyway. Aye, so I don't know. How about yous, all right? How are yous, people?
Good, mate. How's yourself? What did you just your quick take on last night? Good, bad, and ugly.
Aye, well, thought we were all right for a bit. I thought Butland, I could say a lot about him. I'll say it politely, he should have cleaned Tav out, smothered the ball, knocked Tav up in the air, and that would have been the end of that. It basically shit himself. That's what he did. McGoma, I don't know what he was doing, kicking the ball into the goal. No, we gave them 3 goals, man. It was abysmal. And the own goal, obviously, boy just got on the wrong side and made it awkward for Fernandez. But Butland, dearie me, honestly. If that's your goalkeeper and he's meant to be strong and that, he should have smothered that ball and knocked Tav up in the air. I don't know what was going on. I'll say something else to all the Bears that got hurt last night by Ray Polis. It was a disgrace with the Rangers supporters coming out that stadium last night, getting attacked by the police twice, and also the Bears get kept into midnight and get let out after the stadium. I know Rangers have said they're looking for to put in your complaints and whatnot, but certainly many officials at Rangers seen what happened. I don't need many Bears to put complaints in. Women, children, and everyone get battered last night with Polis. And then the ones at 12 o'clock, Bears were still in that stadium at 12 o'clock last night, and when they get let out, they got attacked and all. So I think it was absolutely disgraceful by the Portuguese police to be doing that. There was no need for it, it wasn't necessary, and it wasn't provoked in any way by the Rangers support on the way out of that stadium. They were at it before they went to the game as well on the buses, going on some of the buses. The police intimidation for them, so they were well out of order. So hopefully Rangers make a right official complaint about it. There'll be plenty of CCTV faring about the stadium, so it'll see all that. But young Wayne, women and Wayne's old men and they're getting. Sorry?
Mobile phones are everywhere.
Well, I think it's a bit awkward for people to get their phones out of the ones that were getting whacked right at the start. You know, it was just anybody and everybody, mate. And it was disgusting. There was no need for it. It's unusual. Portuguese are usually no bad, but for some reason last night they decided to get their batons out and hit just women and Waynes and everything else that was coming out that stadium. So shocking, mate, honestly.
I've not got the details, and unfortunately and tragically, one of our own lost their life in the trip, mate. So all our thoughts, and I was saying
I was a boy for the Perth True Blues. Boy for there.
It's never good, mate. Obviously, it happens. You know, a lot of people go and travel, and that happens. But we still, all our thoughts are with his friends and family, mate. Yeah. So, listen, mate. It feels a wee bit. It didn't really matter. Now that the game's done, and all focus is now on Sunday, mate.
It's like, that's what matters the most. We've known we had Gusta, the Europa run a while back, but it's really back to league business and full steam ahead, and also get the Scottish Cup game out the road against Queen's Park since Stranraer's been booted out. So it's all about that, mate. It's all about Sunday, dispatching Hibs, and probably they've done as a turn and all. Probably done as a turn with selling their striker. He's away, signed for that Italian team.
He's not done a lot against us. No. You know, a big physical boy, but he's not done a lot football-wise yet.
No, but listen, they could, and he was quite important for them, and they've bagged quite a bit of money for him, and he's gone, so it's weakened their team probably anyway. But we've just got to turn up there on Sunday. Obviously, we've got a reduced ticket allocation, but the Bears will be loud and proud as they were last night as well. You could hear them, and it's just about making sure that we do the job on Hibs on Sunday and get the 3 points in the bag, and then just takes us on to Kilmarnock at Ibrox. So, the league games are important, mate, and it's time to get the hammer down and get this league win.
Another 8 W's, mate. Another 8 W's will not be far away, mate.
Aye. I'm hoping we'll get another signing in the door, a striker in the door just in the next 48 hours. I think we will get one.
I'm hearing you might hear something tomorrow, mate.
Aye. Might be two. I think there's possible 2 players coming in, which will probably help the squad as well. But it's league business now on Sunday, mate, and it's about getting the 3 points in the bag and then just see where we go as we knock these wins up. Because the other two will certainly not be winning every week. I think there's points to be dropped there for they two, so we just need to hope that we keep winning. Even if it's ugly, it doesn't matter as long as we get the victory.
Doesn't matter, mate. Right, if you lead the lobby, I'll bring you 2 Algians in, AK and Albert, yeah? AK.
Aye. Right, so You were talking about the team in that there.
Aye, what you think? Well, I'll ask you. I'll phrase it differently then, because we've come out of conversation. What are you thinking for Sunday? Are you thinking the two players, the two signings will come back in, or do you think that our good mate Scott Wilson could be in the bench? Or what do you think?
I think he'll bring the two of them back. I definitely do. I think we'll revert back to as strong as possible. Whatever that may be. You might find that Suter will be back in for maybe Giga. Right back is a problem for me now on Tavernier's display and on Allen's display. Who does he trust me out of that? But I think Hibs are knowing a great run of form. Falkirk done them last week. I think it's just an opportunity to go there and put another win on the card, as you say. If we go another 8 wins in a row, then that exerts pressure on the other two teams that we're competing with. But it's a tall ask.
I don't know if it is, mate. If you're going to do it, Albert, why not?
No, it's not a tall ask. It's just one of the ones that just go and do it. It's 3 teams all matched pretty evenly, I think. No, I mean, I don't think any 3 of them are brilliant teams. So whoever's got the bottle and whoever's got the desire to do it will do it. And I think it'll be us. Because I don't even think we're in gear yet, to be honest with you, mate. I think we're getting the results, but I still don't think we're in gear. And it will click eventually. Let's hope the players coming in play a big part in that. I was underwhelmed with basically, what do you call him, the boy Wilson in last week. So I was underwhelmed with him. So he's got a lot of big distance to cover, or big improvement. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's never done much.
No, he looked miles off it, mate. If we're being honest, you know. Right, are you ready? You got your pen and paper out, UK?
Oh, hovering over the paper as we speak.
Yeah, are you going to show a bit of patience here, Albert?
Yep.
Get yourself in mute, because we're going to have Southside Super 6.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Welcome to Southside Super 6. And get ready for your weekend's fix. He finds it hard to get them right, 'cause most of the time they are shy.
Hi, welcome to Southside Super 6 for the 31st of January. First selection this weekend is Lincoln to beat Wigan. Second selection is Cardiff to beat Burton Albion. The third selection is Motherwell to beat Livingston. The fourth selection is Bournemouth to beat Wolves. Fifth selection is Stockport to beat Plymouth. And the sixth selection is Crawley to beat Harrogate Town. If you take all 6, it pays 48.5 to 1.
Well, you have just heard this week's picks are run out and bet like dicks. The sane amongst you will give it a miss, 'cause for years he has just been taking the piss.
Jim seems to drop out. He was a big supporter, you know.
Aye, I was
I know exactly how he feels right enough.
I know, I was just reading capability says time to waste my tenner. So that's no bad. I was going to give you a bonus this week and give you 2.5 goals and all, but I'll just leave it and I'll just do that myself. That's the one that'll probably bounce in anyway, innit? As usual. So aye, for capability on YouTube, mate, just do a fiver there if you don't want to lose a tenner.
I've got your score.
Good strategy.
Evening, Jim, you back with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yes, I think you've stole the show. Jim. I didn't know people from the port. What words in the vocabulary?
Sorry?
I didn't know that people from the port had the words in their vocabulary.
Well, I live in Surrey now, and you used to call me Jim from Surrey.
You can take the boy at the port, but you can't take the port at the boy. Would you agree, AK?
Absolutely not. But I haven't heard Port Bear for a while.
He's busy dealing with stuff, mate. He was on a couple of Thursdays ago, mate, and he'll be back soon, mate, when he's sorted out all his personal stuff.
Yeah. Good. Lovely to be back on the show again.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Good to hear from you. What do you think the team will be on Sunday? What are you thinking, mate? Are you bringing the new boys back in?
Definitely. The new boys need to be settled in very, very quickly. So I think the 3 boys need to come straight in.
Well, one of them's injured. Romans is injured, mate.
Is he?
He's got another week, I think, before you'll see him.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm glad you said, "Oh, for God's sake," yeah. Jim.
You know, I don't need anything to make me depressed, you know. But I would like to see Jigga and Fernandez at the back. And if we need Suter to come in, then yeah, we'll put Suter in, because Suter's so injury prone. You know, I just it annoys me how many times he misses so many games. You know, I think he's the best centre half we've got, but why does he get injured so much? You know, we've had a great centre halves in the past. You know, the Goffs and the Amorusos and all of them, and they never get bloody injured. You know, but Suter seems to get injured far too often. So I think we've got to manage him. So we'll see how the game goes. Take Suter out, and if we're desperate for him, put him in. I'd like to see the new starters signed, because not only do I want to see them, but I wanted to get around the players on the park and know how they play, because you need to know how each other plays, how they pass the ball, and what they're looking at for you to do with the ball that they pass to you, and who's going to be around you when you're going to receive it to pass it to somebody else. I want to see all that, you know, and new players need to play together to get that excellence, you know. So that's what I want to see. And if we got that, I mean, I'm not concerned really too much about Hibernian. I think that we will beat them. But what I would love to see is the days from gone by, you know, when Colin Steen, who came from Hibs, would just score a hat-trick in his first game. And then on the second game he played, he scored 2. And on the next game he scored 1. He just continually scored goals.
Come on, Jim. If you're going to say it right. He scored a hat-trick, and then a double.
That's correct, aye. And I was there for all 3 of them.
You know what Willie Johnson said to him?
I was there for all 3 of them.
Do you know what Willie Johnson said to him?
No.
He didn't do a lot after that.
Well, he certainly scored a goal in the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah, he did, mate.
And so did Willie Johnson.
Scored 2.
I remember seeing Willie Johnson playing against Greenock Morton. And a player from Greenock Morton took the ball off Willie Johnson. And Willie Johnson ran up behind him and kicked him right up the arse.
No, Willie wouldn't do a thing like that. AK, have you got your team for Sunday?
Yeah, I hadn't actually. No.
Okay.
But,
I'm good to done your prep.
I'll come back.
You come on the show.
I know.
Southside, you have your team. You're always prepared.
No, but I'll give you one off the top of my head if you want. I've got to give me 2 jobs in the one night.
Well, if he's failed miserably, isn't he? That's him. He's finished.
He always failed. I'll answer Teddy on the YouTube. By the way, I've said it before. I said it last time. AK and Oaks already done Super 6s and failed, mate. So don't worry about that. There's no point in asking them to do one. Butland, Aarons, I wouldn't play Tav, man. He was disgusting the other night. I would have Aarons at right back. I would have the two centre backs. I wouldn't play Shooter. I wouldn't start him, but I think he'll come in, to be honest. I'd have played Giga and Fernandez, but I think Shooter will come into the team and go my left back. So you could take your pick out of Giga or Shooter. I think Shooter will come back in. Midfield, I'll be Diamonde, Raskin. I think he might bring in Asgard up front. I think it'll be Gasman. I think Chimity will start and Scove Olsen. I'd like him to play the big boy beside Chuck Manny, but I don't know if he'll start him at Easter Road if I'm honest, Docs. I think he might go for more the tried and tested to start with. He might not fling him in.
I think he will start Southside.
I think he'll start him straight away, aye. He might, I hope he listen, I'm in the strongest team, whatever he thinks he sell, but I think he might just stick him on the bench. But in fact, he should be fresh for no playing. Yesterday playing on Thursday night. You'd probably think he should come in and start, but I don't think he was that great last week when he came in and played. Easter Road's one of the games that's usually fast and frantic. But he should be up and ready and be prepared for it, to be honest, because we brought him in and spent a few quid on him and he should be ready to go. But he's probably had that as well.
John Beard, Billy. Evening, Billy.
Evening, mate. How you doing, lads?
All right,
mate.
Yourself, what's
good?
Billy.
How's it going, mate? How's it going? I obviously we've spoken about it in the show before. I see young Firley that Rangers have announced it about a wee while ago. That's the laddie away to Kilmarnock at the end of the season. Rangers have just
bad news.
We talked about it, mate. I think we might see it as bad news, but I think little picture it's bad news. Big picture, it makes perfect sense. Billy?
Well, that's what I was just got to say, mate. You know, we obviously we want a Rain to be playing with Rangers not week in, week out, but I think it's got to be more beneficial for a laddie to go down there, and he's got to be getting game time constantly. And he'll be down there under Neil McCann, who's been at Rangers, who's seen him in training, etc. He's worked with him in different capacity with the B team, etc. and all that. And then when he comes into the first team, he'll know what likes the laddie's fire. So I'm sure he'll get down there and he'll get the best out of him. And then when he comes back in the summertime, it'll be his chance to really go and kick on in the Rangers team and try and stamp his place right in the Rangers team, you know. I think that's how the laddies away down there. Like, you know, sad to see him go right enough, but I can understand it.
I can understand what you're saying, Billy. But at the end of the day, Rangers have loaned out so many players, and there's very few that have come back to play for Rangers.
That's a good point as well, mate. That's a good point, but I think this one's got to be different, you know, because according to this is just what I'm reading between the lines, mate. When he says he's had a Blair with Danny Rowe, says he's had a Blair with him, and they've obviously made an agreement where Danny Rowe thinks his career is, etc., etc. Okay. So
yeah,
I think,
okay.
I think that'll be the reason he's went down there on loan, because he's obviously think. Listen, you didn't get thrown into a European game like that, the magnitude of that last night, even though Rangers couldn't qualify. But, you know, your manager doesn't throw you into a European game away from home in Porto if he doesn't think anything about you, if you're not got the tools to go out there and do a job for him.
But the manager's got a responsibility. I know the manager's first responsibility is to the first team, and secondly, Albert, it's to the development of the individual player. Yeah, so he's looking after the player. I think he's doing the right thing for the boy's career.
Only if he comes back to Rangers.
Jim, your name's Jim. We'll come back to you. Albert.
I think he's doing the right thing as myself. As long as he get a guarantee, he's put it in the stipulated to come on that the boy plays. They may just send the player out to sit in their bench. That's not good. He has to play. So I'd be saying we definitely want this boy getting game time. And we don't mean every now and again. We mean he start. And we've had players that the teams that we've got them off have stipulated they must play. Tillman and all them, they had to play. So we should be saying it to Curtis. If he gets the games, and that's what he's there, he's to get the games, get the experience. I think he'll come back a better player. I definitely think he will come back. I know there's a lot of players went away and didn't come back and get into the Rangers team, but that was lack of application on their part. There was nothing to do with Rangers. It's the Rangers are giving them the chance to get in and show what they've got, get a bit more game time. And Wee Curtis will definitely show it, mate, because he wants to play for Rangers. There's no doubt about that. He wants to play for Rangers.
I think that's right.
Yep. Cheers, Jim. AK.
Hi, good evening, Billy. It's purely about development for me. The fact that I mentioned Alan McGregor before, I don't know if you heard this, Billy, he needed game time, and kicking his heels on the bench when you'd, like, say, Anthony Niemi and Stephen Kloss in front of him, it wasn't going to do him good. So he had to go out to, I think it was Dunfermline or St Johnstone or something like that, and he did come back. He needs games, and the fact the structure of the league doesn't allow him that, he probably only be getting 10, 20 minutes here and there, because he's got to play the likes of Skov Olsen, Gassama, Ant-Man, Asgard, Mikey Moore. You've got all the players probably in front of him, but I think it's a wee bit different with Curtis compared to the likes of McCausland, who's out on loan. I think on Greece or Cyprus or something like that. I don't think he'll have a long-term future at Rangers, unfortunately. He's one of us today, but the boy Finlay Curtis is definitely showing there, and Ox might be right, or Albert might be right. You might actually see him probably more potent as a kind of central guy, because he can go left or right. He likes shooting from distance. He's a threat in the box. I think we've got a potential, a special player in our hands here.
What I would say, Kate, is bizarrely, Finlay Curtis is one of these players that things just seem to happen round about the final third. And again, where we didn't get decisions right all night when we had opportunities, it was his moment that made the goal. How many times has he had shots or he's put crosses in his cameos, that we've not seen? Southside, I think it's a good move for the boy. I'm not so sure about the pitch down at Kilmarnock, but it makes sense. He's not moving. He's down there. He's close to his family and friends. So there's a lot of sense in it. And his aim is to get in the first team more regular next season.
I'd like to think so. I'm a wee bit disappointed he's left, but I understand that he's no. But he set up Majovsky just the other week in Ibrox against Dannon. You get his second goal. He's got bags of ability. He's got bags of self-belief, Finlay Curtis. But like you said, we named like the wingers that probably go in front of him. And he'll probably get less game time, and probably he'll learn. Neil McCann will certainly teach him a lot, being a wide player as well, and being a decent player for Rangers in his time he was here. And I think Billy Dodds will help him. So he'll get a good education. The only downside is that plastic pitch that he'll have to play and train on, but it's probably good for his development. But he should come back the start of next season. But whether he's still in the same predicament or no, we don't know. If we'll be signing more players for wide positions, or whether we'll stunt him a wee bit. But like you say, he can play a wee bit more central. He can go left and right. He's got bags of self-belief. So hopefully Oxford will bring him on, and we'll see a better player when he comes back in the summer.
Here's one for you, Billy. You asked the original question. What happens if we brought in Olsen on the terms that we want Finlay Curtis to go to Kilmarnock on, and he's going to get game time? Looking forward to get fit to sign for his next season, and then that would give maybe potentially Curtis less time because there's more competition there. So it makes sense, yeah, potentially.
Just now you're talking about Ox, aye?
Aye.
Just now, aye. Because I was going to ask a very similar question back to Southside and Albert, because I know they're good followers of the B team in that as well. No, that makes sense. The laddie, I think they're overloaded in the two channels and both flanks, and that's maybe the reason he sent them down here. But I was going to say to Southside and Albert Ox, if you didn't mind, do you think that you maybe play Finlay Curtis down at Kilmarnock in his natural position? and then he could come back to Rangers and maybe stamp his authority in that position if he goes down there and shines.
I would hope so, mate. I'd love to see him through the middle. I don't think he's a winger. I really don't. I mean, that turn the last night might have proved me wrong, but I think the boy's a centre forward. I really do. And I think he'd shine down there. He'd probably end up their top goal scorer if they put him through the middle. There's a bold statement.
A bold statement. Southside?
I think he'll play slightly left of their team. I think he'll play sort of wide left. He can play off the right as well, and by all accounts he could probably play through the middle, similar to what Lovenkrands did when he was here. But I think Kilmarnock will use him as a wide player, and whatever flank that they need to. I don't study Kilmarnock, so I don't know if they're stronger, if they've got a good player that plays on the left or whatever. But I think he'll probably get down there and start on the left, Billy, in my opinion.
Oh, it was interesting to see your thoughts, lads, you know, because I said a few weeks ago in that as well, you know, I'm all for the laddies coming through and getting a crack at the first team and that, but I like to see the boys getting played in their natural positions. Now, as I said, you know they've got to learn different positions as well, but I'm a great believer in, you know, learn your own correct position first. Then if you're needed elsewhere, as you've made as you're established in the first team type thing, then they can ask you to play out in the left, or then they can ask you to play out in the right. You know, because when we spoke about this, Mucker, you know, the goals he scored in the B team, obviously it's a different level. We understand that playing in the SPL, right? But the goals he scored in for the B team, mate, is phenomenal. You know, for his return, man, it was, you know, and we were screaming about we need a striker. Then we got a laddie that's come through the ranks that can score goals and has proven today at obviously in the B team, and then we didn't play him in that natural position. I mean, I can't get my head around that at times, you know. That's what frustrates me when we bring these laddies through.
I totally agree with that. If I can come in here, I would like to say that what we've had in the past, we've had a Barry Ferguson who went right through the academy, came right through and became captain of the team. We had his relation, another young Ferguson, who's now captain of an Italian team. And we've got a chance here to get a young guy, Curtis, to come through. Okay, we can actually put him to Kilmarnock if we want to, and but is he going to come back? We've had Billy Gilmore, who disappeared. We've had situations in the past which have gone wrong. These things need to be properly managed. Okay?
I think you've made the point, mate. And I'll bring Albert back in. I think he has been properly managed, because I think the manager's trying to do the right thing for the club and the player. Albert.
Aye, definitely. He's already said he's had a word with him, and it's not like he's dictating to him. The two of them came to an agreement that would be the best thing. So he's getting the player on board. He's not sort of forcing players out and saying, right, you're going whether you like it or not. So I think he's getting managed properly, mate. I'd like to see the boy playing more, but he's not going to get it at Rangers. That's a big fear. And as I say, no point him sitting on the bench. But also, there's no point in sitting on Kilmarnock's bench either. He needs to play, mate. And this is the problem. I like said earlier on, no reserve team. There's no other way of getting players time on the park. So I've sent players out before, and they don't get much time on the pitch. They're basically doing with the day at Rangers, sitting on the bench. That's no good. That's absolutely no good to us. And he's also playing in the Premier League. That's a good thing. I know we're learning a Premier League team. Some of the other boys were the lower divisions. We're letting them out to Scottish lower divisions. I mean, I would imagine if our boys' team or academy wouldn't be happy with that in itself, saying, well, we thought we were developing better calibre players than the Scottish lower leagues. So I'm happy he's actually going to a Premiership club, mate.
It wouldn't be my pick, mate. Geographically, it makes sense, because for him, there's no a move in such a young man. But the only problem I've got in AK is the surface he's going to be playing on.
Oh, 100% agree with you, Ox. I think that's the only kind of downside. The fact he's going to be playing on that plastic pitch. But I think it's just totally the relationship that we've got with Neil McCann and Billy Dodds, and obviously there becomes a trust issue there between obviously Danny Rowe and his coaching staff. They've probably had negotiations and talk about the future, the development of him, and it's all about the player just now. I think you're 100% bang on. I think they're looking after the player, and rather than let him kick his heels on the bench, that's not going to be any good for his development. He needs games at that age. And I think it's a pretty similar situation that we've got with Mikey Moore and Spurs. You know, they want him to develop, and they see us as a great club for us to develop, because you look at the previous loan players that we've had, like say Malik Tillman, you know, and Cherny, Sima, you know, guys of that ilk, even Fabio Silva, remember him? He's playing at a high level now. You know, I think he's with one of in fact Dortmund, didn't he? So we've had a good kind of pedigree there for developing players, and obviously it benefits us if they're doing well for us. You know, they then go back to their parent club, and who knows, we might get a relationship with Spurs in the future. So if we can do that with Finlay Curtis and Kilmarnock, then we might get first dibs on some of their players in the future as well.
Aye, and people would argue, Southside, that Curtis and Moore, when you see them in the team, mate, Curtis, well, you know, I think Moore maybe looks more pretty on the eye when he's running with the ball, but his decision making in the last few weeks, he's shown his inexperience. Yeah, we know he's got ability.
Aye, Mikey Moore's certainly got ability and stuff, but sometimes his decision making is wrong. Finlay Curtis, on the whole, in the short spells that he's had in the cameos, he's done really well in a lot of the games. He tracks back, he can be quite physical as well. And he's, like I said, he's grew up about Rangers and learnt his trade at the club. Mikey Moore is an exceptional player, but in the last couple of weeks, like you said, his decision making at times has been pretty poor. But it's all part of learning. He's 18 years of age, you know, Mikey Moore, and there's big things expected of him, probably more so than what people think of Finlay Curtis. There's probably, but the pressure's on the two of them, and the two of them are in the team or when they're on the park playing at Rangers. But I'd agree. But Finlay's is a good player. He's and hopefully you'll get a wee cameo at Kilmarnock. You'll get enough game time, and hopefully when he comes back, you'll manage to push his way into the team, because we've got to play them. We've got to play these players. We've got to make sure that we give them a chance. I mean, Josh McPake, who was at Rangers, probably attitude again, maybe let him down. He's signed a pre-contract with Hearts. He's floated about a wee bit, but he's been really good at St Johnstone apparently, and now Hearts have took him. And he was one of your players that grew up and was playing at Rangers, but again, never kicked on, didn't get the chance. But he's been away for a while, for a few seasons, and now he started to turn it around with his form, and he's gone to Hearts. But Finlay Curtis, different type of player. But they're a bit similar, because I watched Josh McPake come through the reserves and stuff when he was at Rangers, but it's about developing them, and it's doing to us to give them game time. We can't keep buying our way all the time and keep buying players when you've got a player with natural ability, and it's doing to us as a football club to get it out them, give them the platform to go and play, teach them and learn them to develop, and then maybe if somebody comes in with big money, then we can make a good profit on it. But first and foremost, I want my players at Ibrox to be successful and be part of a winning team. And then should they want to move on when a big offer comes in, fair enough. But I'm sick listening to all we buy players in and we flip them in 2 years. That's not for me. We get players in and we try and keep them to be successful.
Listen, I've got a view on, I don't think you should aim to flip players, mate. But if somebody comes in with an offer and somebody wants to go, all better. I'm like, if they want to go, don't care. It's time to go, because I think we've been affected by that in the past.
Oh, we should have learned a lesson with that with Loudon. He wanted to go and we forced them. Well, they forced them. We talked him into staying. Never the player. That's that last season of his was woeful. Totally woeful. So no, I'm agree with you. If you want to go, go. Have any other player, any player. It's just a fact that it's just a way it is with football players. Because they're never the same player anyway. Their heart's no in it. Their heart's no in it. It's a fact of life, mate. So, and it's not like saying bring the boys into the team. It's if they're good enough to get in the team. Would we suffer? But this way, see, we kept Curtis, right, and we put him in the team, but we didn't win the league, and that was a big contributing factor that we didn't win the league because we're developing players. Would we accept that? No. That's the reason he's going to Kilmarnock as well, because they're going to A team. He's going on loan because we want to develop him, but we're not prepared to take a chance in a young player that's no. I mean, Moore's proven himself, not just do it with us. He's proven himself doing in England as well. So, we're going like that, right? We're going to play it, but we're going for this league, and we can't really take a chance any game because it's at the beginning of this running. It's going to be tight. I think we're going to cruise it eventually when we kick into gear. But at the beginning, it's going to be tight, really tight. It's all sorts of factors, isn't it? It's not just as simple as we'll just play players or we'll no play players. It's not as quite as easy as that. But the boys get talent. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he proved that last night with that turn. That was a superb turn, mate. I couldn't believe it. In fact, it's one of the true bits of quality in the whole game. Including Porto. They had some good players, but it was a quality tournament, really quality. But aye, so he's away anyway. Let's see what happens. Let's hope he gets games.
And, Billy, he's had to agree to it. Yeah, you've got to agree with it, so it must make sense in the boys' head when it's been explained to him. So, yeah.
Aye, it's, as I said earlier on there, I think he sat down with the manager and the manager will tell Finlay his thoughts and where he thinks he's at his career at Rangers, where he thinks he should be in the summertime. And then obviously Finlay will give the lad he say as well, to say, well, listen, this is the way it is. You know, this is where I think I should be, blah, 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 blah. And the gaffers, as you spoke about earlier on there, and I said that the players that we've got in the areas that he'd have been playing in were a wee bit top heavy in there, so you know he's got to take that into consideration. And first and foremost, listen, maybe he all the love in the world for Glasgow Rangers like the rest is, but he's all the love in the world for playing football and all, and he's wanting to go and play football. So listen, if it can benefit him, Ox, and he goes down there, and I hope the lad goes down there and he shines like a shilling. I really do. I know they're sitting away down the bottom of that league, but listen, I hope he goes down there and he gets fantastic experience and he shines like a shilling and he scores goals down there and he comes back to Rangers in the summertime and he has a brilliant pre-season and he gives the manager a super duper headache. That's what I want to see off that laddie now. And good luck to him anyway.
Here's a different slant on it and a different question on it. Who would you rather have in the team, Curtis or Ant-Man? AK.
At this moment in time, I would say Finlay Curtis.
I agree.
Yep. But listen, I think it's just big picture. We're going round about in circles trying to make sense of it, but I think Mace's kind of speaking sense on it. You've got to remember, obviously, the outlay for Ant-Man, what other wages on, but he's also an internationalist, and also he's coming back for an injury. Mm-hmm. But you look at his stats and why we brought him to the club in the first place. Obviously, it was under the previous regime, but his stats with Go Ahead Eagles was he was scoring goals, he was assisting, and there was even consideration for other Dutch teams looking to bring him back. He had that much of an impact on the Eredivisie there, so there is a player there, but it's all about getting him his fitness to show his true worth. Listen, if he doesn't impress in the next 4 or 5 months, Curtis 100% comes back for me and replaces him, and then we look to move the likes of him on. You might look to cash in and Gassama, Miovski or whatever. It's all about Danny Rowe building his own squad now. That's what it's all about. But you've got to trust the process, and I think they deserve the opportunity to trust them on this.
Ox, can I be devil's advocate and ask you something, Mucker?
Aye, go ahead.
Who would you rather have, Matondo or Scott Wright?
Oh, that's like trying to pick one. That's like trying to pick one of your lanes to get shot, Billy.
Oh dear, beer.
I'll be honest with you, right? And you know, everybody knows I'm very fond of Scott. South Side, we sat together, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I thought Biggie was going to collapse.
He'd been a bit more sober and managed to talk to him properly. He might have understood you.
That was later on. I would say Scott Wright, mate. Scott Wright. I don't think Matondo's got the heart to even be a professional football player, mate. I think he's a classic, too much, too young, and I think it's affected him. There you go. I've nothing to back that up, just my gut feeling, Billy.
That's a good answer, mate. That's a good answer. Listen, I would have done that line and all. And Scott Wright, to be honest with you, he looks to me anyway. Any time he did play for Rangers, when he did play, hot a wee bit of form, you know, he showed more than Matondo's shown. You know what I mean? I would like to be interesting to see how many games the two of them played in their tenure at Rangers and all. But I think time running out to find that start out. But that'd be an interesting one.
It's 14 for Matondo, mate. It's 14.
14 games starts.
Anybody goes on a plane to go and get a haircut is a complete tit as far as I'm concerned, mate.
No, mate. A good job we're not allowed to swear on here, Albury.
Hey, do you want my team for Sunday?
Yes, I do, mate. I'm interested, mate.
Right, here we go. Butland, Aaron, Suter, Fernandez, Magoma, Raskin, Diomande, Chukwane, Oslin or Wilson, Sermini and Moore.
Yeah, similar, mate. I've got Chukwane in my team, mate. Yeah. I think he brings it was so far so good. He brings his physicality, gets about the park. And then Asgard come on, mate. Yeah. You know, I don't think he was great when he came on last night, but
and my score is same as Big Alec, 2-0.
I'll do, mate. I'll take that all day long. Right, last word for your good self, Billy boy.
Just for taking my calls, lads. Europe was only a wee. I didn't think we'd done ourselves justice, to be honest with you, this season. But listen, that's it. Put to bed for another year. We've got a big game on Sunday. It's Albert. No, it's Albert. Albert says, as Bridgeman says, sorry. We've got a good chance to keep the pressure, crank the pressure right up in the two above us and that tower of blows, mate. So I'm looking forward to the Sunday. I'm going for a 2-0 victory for the Teddy Bears and all. So Southside will be happy with that one because I've no given them a goal. But anyway, cheers for taking my call, lads. Good evening and good night. Cheers.
Southside.
Cheers, Billy.
Aye, looking forward to Sunday. I'll just see a shout out. I'll see the big game for the Drum Chapel. I'll see Big Stevie on Sunday. I know he's going undercover on Sunday because he's not got a ticket for the Rangers end. So just keep the heat big in and I'm seeing Sunday before you venture into. It's all right. He's got a sketch and all that. You know the big man, but he's in. It's definitely worked. I can't go into it now. I'll maybe tell you on the Monday or the Tuesday, whatever how we managed it. But he's definitely getting in. And it's certainly going to work perfectly, but he's going to go in under surveillance, so hopefully he'll be fine on Sunday, and I'll see him.
As long as he doesn't get us a none, I'm no bother.
I'll see him tomorrow night. It's a sellout in the Kirkintilloch Rangers tomorrow night. He's in there playing tomorrow. Wee Doddie's guest and all that, and it'll be a good night. It's a sellout, so I'll catch him tomorrow in there as well. Just thank everybody on the YouTube channel that's joined in the show tonight with the banter and stuff. Thank him for joining in to Rangers Radio as always. And thanks for having the zone with yourself, Albert, and obviously AK. Thanks for having the zone. And it's always onwards and upwards, and it's about 3 points on Sunday at the famous Glasgow Rangers, and I'm going for 3-0.
Me also.
3-0, and the Bears will be loud and proud on Sunday. So thanks for having us.
Another one chopped off. Yeah, any victory Sunday, any victory for me. AK.
Great show tonight. Great callers as well. An esteemed company there tonight. And it's onwards to Sunday. Easter Road, 2-0 would do me. Any sort of victories, you say, keep the pressure on. And that one-day plumbing course for Big Stevie must have worked. Not the best, big man.
That's all it should be, is a trade really one day, shouldn't it?
Aye.
Aye, Vince Bundy.
Sorry for jumping in, because I just say this one's took a lot of thought, by the way. This one's took a lot of thought for the big one. And it's certainly gone.
He's no pole vault, does he?
No, but it's a belter, mate, and it's got to work perfectly, man. It's brilliant, so it is. It's brilliant, mate.
Albert.
Good to be on with yourself and AK and Billy, Ross, Jim and Southside. Good show tonight, mate. Enjoyed that. And march on to Sunday's victory. That's what I want, mate.
Yeah, thanks to the two Billies that joined us tonight, Ross and of course Jim. Jim must have been doing a bit of cooking in the kitchen. We could hear him, so we had to interrupt the call. But good to hear from Jim for the port stroke. Sorry, of course, good to hear for the Mr. Southside. We'll be getting two lawyers' letters from my lawyer. The aspersions he's cast on me tonight, both untrue. But however, we'll come with that another night with our own together. But thanks, good to hear for the big and good luck with Southside Super 6. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. We'll be back. This will please Fox. I think it's 11 o'clock, isn't it? 12 o'clock kick-off on Sunday, isn't it?
Nope, you better do your homework, boy. You better do your homework.
Is it half 12?
Nope.
Oh, is it later on?
2 o'clock.
Oh, it's about 2 o'clock.
Oh, 1 o'clock we'll be back. Fox will be pleased then. I had them doing it at 11 o'clock.
Aye, it means he can go to church.
Aye, he's not been for a while, mate. It might take him a bit of time if he's in that wee box again. Listen, thanks to everybody for joining us here on Rangers Radio. As I said, we'll be back on Sunday at 1 o'clock as we build up to a Rangers victory at Easter Road as Danny just keeps rolling. Take it away, Old School Blue.